Hey there, and welcome. So, you've probably heard about data analysis, right? It's this field that's absolutely everywhere, changing how everything works. But let's be honest, figuring out where to even start, it can feel like a total maze. Well, guess what? Today, we're going to change all that. So, let's just get right to it. The big question on your mind: is a career in data analysis actually the right move for you? We're going to figure that out together right now. And I promise, by the time we're done, you'll have your answer. Look, what you really need is a roadmap, right? A clear step-by-step plan that takes you from knowing absolutely nothing to being a pro who's ready for a job. And that's exactly what we're doing today. Consider this your personal guide. All right, first things first. Before we dive into the how-to part of the journey, we've got to be super clear on the what. I mean, what does a data analyst actually do? What's the whole point? Okay, when you boil it all down, data analysis is really a 5-step process. First, you got to collect all the raw data. Step 2, you clean it. And trust me on this, real-world data is a mess. It's full of mistakes, missing pieces, you name it. After it's all cleaned up and organized, then you can start analyzing it, looking for those hidden patterns. But you know where the real magic happens? It's that last step, taking those patterns and turning them into powerful insights that a business can use to make way smarter decisions. So who's actually using this stuff? Seriously, just look around. You know those product recommendations you get on Amazon? That's data analysis. The way Uber figures out its pricing? Yep, data analysis. The fraud alerts from your bank, or even how your favorite sports team decides who to draft? It's all powered by data. It's not just some background thing. It is literally shaping the world we live in. And that brings up a really important question. Why is this field blowing up right now? I mean, is this just another trend, or is it something bigger? Well, think about it like this. For hundreds of years, businesses made huge decisions based on, well, gut feelings, intuition. But today, the game has completely changed. The winning strategy is all about data. The companies that use data to guide their decisions are the ones that win. It's that simple. And that right there is why data analysts are so incredibly in demand. Okay, so I get it. Right about now, some doubts might be creeping into your mind. That's totally normal. So let's just tackle them head on, shall we? It's time to slice some of the biggest myths that stop people from even trying to get into this career. First one up, and it's a big one, the age question. You might be thinking, am I too old to make a change like this? Or maybe, am I too young for anyone to take me seriously? This is probably one of the most common worries out there. Let me be perfectly clear. Absolutely not. The answer is a huge no. This is not about your age. It's about what you can do. Companies are looking for people who can solve problems, people with the right skills. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or 55. So the bottom line is this: forget about your birth date and focus on building your skills. All right, next myth. What about your degree? Do you need to have a fancy computer science or hardcore math degree just to get your foot in the door? No way. And honestly, this is one of the coolest things about this field. You'll find successful analysts who came from everywhere. I'm talking arts, commerce, education, engineering, you name it. Heck, a lot of them don't have a university degree at all. The one thing they all have in common: they're curious, and they took the time to learn the specific skills needed for the job. Okay, this is a big one, maybe the biggest. You look at all the new tools, all the concepts, and it's so easy to just think, whoa, there's no way I can learn all this from scratch. It's just too hard. And look, let's be 100% real here. At the beginning, it can feel like you're trying to drink from a fire hose. It's overwhelming. But I promise you, that feeling doesn't last. If you stick with it, with patience and practice, things just start to click. Suddenly, what looked like a completely foreign language starts to make sense. It becomes logical, and you realize just how powerful it is. You really do go from, I'm so confused, to, wow, I can actually do this. So the big question is, how do you get from that point of confusion to a place of confidence? Well, this is where we get practical. Let's lay out the exact step-by-step path you need to follow. Now, if you can put in about 2 to 3 hours of solid study time each day, here's what your timeline could look like. In about 3 months, you'll have the basics down cold. Give it 6 months, and you'll be hitting that intermediate level. And yeah, within a year, you can be a full-blown, job-ready professional. It's definitely a marathon, not a sprint, but the key is there's a very real finish line in sight. And that journey breaks down into 5 key stages, each one building on the last. You got to start with the foundations. We're talking statistics and Excel. Then you move on to learning SQL, which is how you talk to databases to get the data you need. After that, you'll learn a programming language, usually Python, to really dig in and analyze everything. Stage 4 is all about visualization, using tools like Power BI or Tableau to turn all those numbers into compelling stories. And then, the final, and I mean most important stage, you take everything you've learned and build real projects for your portfolio. Because that is what gets you a job. All right, so you've put in the work, you've built the skills, you've practiced, and you've got a portfolio to show for it. Now for the best part, the payoff. Let's talk about landing that first job and turning all that hard work into a career. First off, it really helps to know the different roles out there. A data analyst is kind of your all-arounder, doing general analysis and reporting. Then you've got the BI analyst, that stands for business intelligence, and they specialize in making those awesome visual dashboards. A business analyst is like a translator, bridging the gap between the data geeks and the management folks. And a data scientist, they often take it a step further, building models that can predict the future. Any of these could be your goal. And let's talk about money, because the financial reward here can be pretty amazing. Now, these are just potential monthly salaries for more advanced roles. And of course, they change depending on where you are. But just to give you an idea, in Egypt, you could be looking at over 60,000 EGP a month. In the Gulf region, that could jump to around 6,000 US dollars. And if you're in Europe or the US, we're talking up to $12,500 or even more every single month. So what's the secret to actually getting hired? If you remember one thing from this, let it be this. It's not about what you know, it's about what you can show. You absolutely need a portfolio of projects that proves you can do the work. You need a professional GitHub profile so they can see your code. A sharp optimized LinkedIn account is a must. And those extras, things like certifications or participating in Kaggle competitions, that's the stuff that takes you from being just another applicant to being the one they have to talk to. So there you have it. We've covered the what, the why, and the how. We've busted those common myths, and we've laid out the entire step-by-step plan. The complete roadmap from zero to pro is right in front of you. Now there's really only one question left, and it's for you. Are you ready to start the journey?